Hello and welcome to another Mario Party 6 minigame review. Last time we reviewed Throw Me a Bone and it did very good. Pretty high into the 4-star category. Congratulations, Throw Me a Bone. You did great. And today we are on to our 70th review. With the dual minigame T-5. So let's get to the review, shall we? So here's how you play this minigame. You and your opponent are at 5 tiles that are interconnected and are basically teleporters that move. Your job is to ground pound on all 5 of them in order. And they basically get harder and harder the more they go on. The first player to ground pound all 5 in order wins the game. And yeah, that's basically it. However, there's one thing I have to say. This minigame basically takes all the potential it could have had and basically uses it to all of its full potential. And I'm telling you right now that this minigame is an absolute amazing fast pacer. It gets slow, simple, getting you an ease into the game itself, and then at the very end, it completely goes full throttle with how it can truly go. I absolutely love that! Because it shows that not all minigames have to start off extremely hard from the beginning. Like Control Stick from like the 17th review, like the first battle minigame I think we had throughout this entire 78 minigames, it showed that it could just ease you into the concept easily and then completely show its full potential. This basically shows that no matter what you could do, it basically shows that you can make anything work. With that, the fact that you can just tweak it a bit, and then you get something like this. Honestly, maybe a bit of a hot take to some of you guys, but I'd arguably say that this is probably the best dual minigame in the entire game. And that's a pretty big shock, because we're talking about 15 dual minigames in this game, and I would probably say only one of them managed to turn out this perfect. Which is honestly just kind of sad. It kind of just shows you the mixed quality of the dual minigames this game. And I don't mind that too much with some other minigames, but it's kind of sad if you kind of think about it. But if you're talking about this minigame, I would 100% say it's one of the best minigames in Mario Party 6. Heck, this should have been in Mario Party Superstars, not Mass Meteor, because that minigame just falls flat. This one basically shows the concept that it's just a timing minigame. It can get pretty intense. Heck, if both players are at the very last panel, it could come down to the wire of absolute precision if you want to win. Honestly, I would have to say that's pretty much every last single word I can say about the general thoughts of this minigame. There really isn't too much to this minigame, but I feel like the execution, well, that makes up for it. So yeah, I basically will spare you the details and just get to the overall review. But the footage is still not out. So I'll ask you this, guys, right now. Guess right now what you think my score on this minigame is. So with that in mind, let's go to the overall review, shall we? If you want to ask me on what I think is one of the best executed minigames in the entirety of Mario Party 6, I would definitely bring up T-5. Because this minigame does an absolute amazing job at executing its concept. It doesn't make it too hard at the beginning, but then fully pumps up the difficulty at the very end. It perfectly fits for an intense dual minigame, because if both players are at the very end, you don't know who's going to win until someone perfectly times it. And it could come down to pure precision. It's an absolute amazing minigame. The ending could drag on for a bit long, however, I'm not going to hold that against a minigame at all. How would that even matter at all? It's really the presentation and also the fact of how intense it can get. This is an easy 5 stars for me, overall. And that's it for today. Up next, we're going to be reviewing Trapeze Artist. See you guys then. You pick!